let's talk about Gauss. Johann Carl Friedrich Gauss, a brilliant mathematician from the 19th century, a German mathematician, astronomer, physicist, and so on. Now, it goes like this. When he was in school age, the teacher was tired of the classroom and needed a break. So the teacher said, everybody shut up and only do something I'm going to ask you. So I want you to all do the sum from 1 to 100. So he would imagine kids would stay like 10 minutes adding one after the other, but suddenly Gauss, like after a minute, I don't know, very fast, something the teacher would not expect, raised his hand and said, yes, I have the answer. And it was correct. So how on earth did Gauss do this? That's what we're going to study. Let's study now the Gauss sum. The Gauss sum must be applied to a sequence where you are adding or subtracting the same amount. So, for instance, like those here. Now, what I want you to notice is this. I want you to perceive the symmetry that we have on those sequences. Every sequence is going to be like that. So, in here, for instance, how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 terms. So those are going to be the center. Agree? In here and in here. I want you to pay attention on those pairs. Those pairs, they always add the same. 12. 12 and 12. Now, what is the sum? Simple. The sum would be what? 3 times 12. Leave it like this, the sum. We're going to continue. What about in here? Because in this case, the number of terms is even. What about if it's odd? 2, 4, 5. I have 5 terms, an odd amount. What is the center? Because if I wanted to find the symmetry, well, we have to know if it's odd or even. If it's odd, the center is going to be those in here. So those are going to be the center numbers. Now, what happens if it's an odd amount of terms? What's going to be the center? This is going to be the center, isn't it? Only one guy. Don't you worry. We still have the sum. Now, 10. 10. What about here? Well, we know the sum is 10 because it should be the center by itself in this case. Since we have 2, we just add 2. Since this is alone, so it's 5 plus 5. But actually, what is the sum? The sum is going to be, how many 10s do we have? We have a pair, another pair, and half a pair, don't we? In here we have 3 pairs. 1, 2, 3 pairs. Now we have 2 pairs and a half. This is half a pair. So this is going to be 2.5 times 10. Leave it there. Now, in case you think it's the coincidence is too big, so I gave you a negative sequence. Now, how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have now another amount of terms. And this is going to be the center guy. So this is going to be the center. So you guess the sum must be 6. If you found the center, the sum is going to be twice the center. Because you have to add like the center to itself. So this is one couple, another couple, and another couple. Can you see the symmetry? 6. Addition. Another 6. Another 6. So the sum is going to be how many pairs? Let's count. 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pairs and half. Agree? So we have 3.5 pairs times the sum. You have to agree with me. Now, I don't like to work with decimals. I always say to my students, please, if you can work with fractions, do it. Decimals are not precise. Be careful. So I'm not going to write 2.5, but instead I'm going to 5 halves. 5 halves. And the 10, let's just make it clear. The 10 was just like 3 plus 7 or 1 plus 9. I'm going to put 1 plus 9, it's easier. Now I'm going to do the same here, apply the same trick in here. I don't want to work with 3.5, but I'm going to work instead with 7 halves. How did I find the 6? Well, I added those two, which are symmetrical, like minus 3 plus 9. Now, can you try to see what you're going to do in here? So can you see, I want to put halves in here. You see, I like this idea. So, I'm not going to write 3, but I'm going to write 6 halves. And the 12 is nothing else than 1 plus 11. Why? First plus less. Can you see? I'm not going to go with the sum. I'm not interested on the sum itself. But what I wanted to tell is this. This is the first term. This is the last. First, last, first, last. This is the number of terms. We have 6 terms here, don't we? This is the 6th number of terms. Now we have 5, remember? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we have 7. So if I would put, hey, my chalk. If I would put on a formula, I would put like this. So Gauss sum is going to be what? So the sum is going to be what? The first plus last multiplied by how many? Always divided by 2. That is the formula. So if you know how many terms, the first, the last, that's it. Always divide by 2, please. Now, of course, I love this part. This is for you. So let's make 2 exercises here for you. Now the first one is going to be this. I'm going to give you this sequence. It's going to be 47 plus 51 plus 55 plus 59 plus 63. And I want to know the sum of that. Please work on this, and I'm going to give you another one. Please, while I write here, you can work with this. This is another exercise. Okay, now this one, the sum is this. First plus, if you haven't done, please do it, pause the video. First plus last, how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Divided by 2. This is what? 110 by 2, 55. 250 and 75, 275. Easy, isn't it? Gauss sum. Now, what about this one? Well, the sum. The sum is going to be first plus last times, how many terms divided by 2? How many terms? Easy. Look, from 1 to 100, there are 100 terms. But I'm only using the odd numbers, agree? So half. So I should have 50 terms. Again, from 1 to 100, there are 100 numbers. But I'm only taking only the odd ones, which are half this amount. So this is 50. So this is going to be 100 times 25, agree? 100 times 25, so 25 hundredths. That's it. That's all I wanted to tell you. I'm going to have another video on the descriptions below and also on the cards somewhere there, teaching you how to find the number of terms on a sequence. A crazy sequence. A system like goes every 7 and it starts like 543. crazy things like this. So I'm going to teach you how to find how many terms. Please, if you want to find the answer, go in the link and take a look. Thank you very much for your answer. Those videos are supposed to be very fast, so if you have any questions you can put it on the comments below. Consider subscribing, give it a like if you think it's worth it so other people can see. It's very important for the channel. And thank you very much for your patience and for stopping by. Bye bye. See you.